YouTube now. It's serious. Hey YouTube, it's Leah Lauder, your favorite megachurch cult survivor. I've got my teddy with me. And I'm also live on Insta and I'm also live on TikTok currently. Welcome Insta. Welcome fam. I don't know if you want me to name your name, so I'm just going to say welcome Brazy. All right. So I'm Leah Lauder, megachurch cult survivor. I spent 18 years in a megachurch cult. And then I came to the realization that, I came to the realization that it was a cult during the pandemic. And then I just started sharing my story. Anyway, since then I started deconstructing and realizing, like, I'm trying to make sense of why I joined this cult. And then I was like, okay, the penny drops. Do you know what I mean? My boyfriend was unalived in police custody, and that is why I joined. That was what made me high risk. That is what made me susceptible. He was unalived by the police in 2007. And that's why I ended up staying in the cult for 18 years. And I was in that disassociative state. And they just took advantage, because I was very vulnerable. They really did take advantage. And here I am today, almost 20 years later. And it feels like, he left me like last week. It's so hard. And to be honest, I just want to say, like, my heart goes out to people who have lost, like, family members, like, especially, like, if they've lost family members when they've been in the cult and they didn't get to grieve them. Because grief is bad enough, but when you're in these, like, high control groups, they control everything, your emotions, like who you're allowed to grieve, when, what. It's very controlled, man. Like, you got to ask permission to PISS. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how deep it is. Like, when you're in there, like, because you have the service, yeah, but don't remember you've been rehearsing, you've just been doing so much in the week. The thought of it makes me feel sick. And then after you've done the rehearsals and everything, and they just have these meetings. The meetings go on forever. It's just back to back meetings. Careful, because in about 1 second, you're going to be getting blocked. How about that? Yeah, because you're trying to distract me. So do it again and you'll be getting blocked. All right? Is that clear enough? Is that the attention you wanted? You've got it now. Is that sufficient? You've got the attention. You've got it. Is that sufficient? It's just like, damn, these energy vipers, man. Like, allow it. And you see, it's like, I don't even know why I answered him, because this is what he wanted to achieve, and I've given it to you now. But anyway, the point is that in these settings, they are run by malignant narcissists. And this is the main reason why we get duped. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're out and they're doing up, like, love bombing. It's not preaching. It's not evangelism. Like, they train us on how to do it. It's like, you got to get the people in by any means necessary. So as I said, you'll see someone and they're looking at MESS. They've got on a jacket that they look rough. Like, why are you complimenting someone when you like everyone's got eyes? The truth is, they don't look good. The only reason you're telling that person that they look good is because you need, like, an opening. Hey, Special K, you need, like, an opening liner. Do you know how difficult it is to speak to someone on the street that you've never met, go up to them and then start speaking about Jesus Christ? Like, it's not an easy thing to do. Hey, Lula. Oh God, TikTok, you need to like up the like. When Lula comes on, it reminds me. Are you a mod on here? It's just all lies. Everything's lies in there. Everything's lies, from what they talk about to how from the jump, from the moment that they meet you, they're telling lies. Like, you can't believe a word that comes out of their mouth. Even if you look good. Hey, Special K, even if you look good, that's projection. It's not genuine, because they wish they could look that good. Like, it's deep. There's no genuinity. Do you understand? Like, there's no real compliment. Oh, you look good. I mean, the color's a bit bright for your complexion, but I like the way you've styled it. You've got a way of it. Because with my pastor's wife, it's like she could never just give, like, it always had to be like a backhanded compliment. And when you think back, especially if the WOG or the leader or whatever was a female, yeah, what you'll start to notice is that it was just ABUSE. She's just a narcissist, literally. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as I said to you, these people breathe out violence, but it's done with a smile. Even the fact that they're like, what are you doing with me? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like 9. I'm like 19 years old. Like, you're like, how old? Like 29 to 31. What are you doing? Like, moving with it, like rolling hard, because they disguise it with the, like, oh, we're doing the ministry, the work of the ministry, but that's not what it is, guys. It's for their own self-gratification. Hey, Ivy, it's for their own self-gratification. Like, that's the vibes. But it takes time to unpack it. And also, you can't be in the setting. Do you know? Oh, hey, Marley does. Hey, Marley does. How are you? I want people to understand, yeah, that it's not a place of worship. It's like it's a system. It's a very sophisticated system. Because you know what, I don't even want to call them like businesses, because it's so much deeper than that. Because at least with businesses, like, you get like some sort of rights, like you got, occupational health, you've got HR, like you just don't have them there. So it's just a very sophisticated, airtight system. That's why we say a self-sealing system. It's a dictatorship. It's very like top down heavy. The only elite, I am gonna call you, babe. I am. It's been so much, but I know I'm supposed to get back to you as well. But I love you. If you've ever been in those like toxic workplace environments, yeah, and it's like very top down heavy, like you could be there for like 10 years. It's like you're not, it's like my old workplace. They were not promoting me to a certain point. It's like after a while, it's like there's a glass ceiling. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can't get through that glass ceiling. So everyone's like a crab in the buckets, trying to like step on people's neck, toes. Everything's a competition. It's very toxic. That's how it is in these spaces. Thank you, Queen Elites. That's how it is in these institutions. What people don't understand is, remember I said to you that everything's like about energy, like vibes. Like, don't like just, like brush that off. Guys, please like the live on TikTok. Don't like just brush that off, because that's very important. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very, very key. Do you know what? I'm not gonna go back and forth with this idiot. I ain't got time for this shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've already seen them commenting. I was trying to give him a chance, but it's just given, like, it's obsession. It's just like, why are you so obsessed? You don't agree with what I'm talking about. You don't want to hear, like I'm a truth teller, innit? Truth tellers have a lot of enemies. Christ was and is truth teller. I am the truth, the way, and the life. That's why they unalived him, because his truth threatened the imperialism of the day. Do you get what I'm saying? Which was the Pharisaic structure. Yeah. And whoever they were, the Julius Caesar, whoever they were at the time, the Herods and whatever, King Herods and whatever. Because that message threatened the systems and structures of the time. I'm not doing anything any different, but they don't know Christ. That's the issue. Because they've packaged Christ like some cheap McDonald's meal to just sell people invisible blessings. And because the main goal in there is money. Sorry, guys, I haven't been too well. It's always about money. Everything's always about money. And that's why, to be honest, you see that scripture, your treasure is where your heart is. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you, elites. Your treasure is where your heart is. And that's why the most EVIL people, it's not that money is the root of all evil, but it's that the most EVIL people, it's like that's what their God is. Like, that's like someone will sell out their friend. Thank you, Queen Ines. Welcome, my love. Someone will sell out their brethren, sell out their family member, sell their soul for money. And that's why when they see it, like it's not, you're not supposed to take the canon Bible literally. That's why Christ said you'll have ears, you won't hear, you'll have eyes, you won't see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, I don't believe that the DEVIL is a literal person. That's why they're looking like in 2025 like they've lost the plot, because they're in there praying against some invisible enemy that they've created. They created that invisible enemy chair. It's just, guys, it's just like the depth of it, like we cannot fathom. And that's why when they were like, oh, what are you gonna do, be online and talk about this forever, I was thinking, wow, only survivors can understand that actually, yes, we could talk about this forever. Why? Number one, because God is infinity, the Alpha and the Omega. We could talk about God's love. We could talk about God forever. It will always involve God, because that's why we join these spaces in the first place. Even if you are an atheist or you don't believe in the same thing, this, that, and third, it's not like this is a universal safe space. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we don't care. All right. So let's get into the topic of discussion for today. Hey, Inni, how are you doing? Oh, you're such a creep. I love you lot, man. I swear down. Oh my God, you lot. I'm so tired today. Honestly, I'm so tired. But I said, no, I'm going to come on. Even if it's a quick one, guys. If you see how you can tell by my voice that I'm tired, though, innit? It's always when it gets to this time of the week, I just get completely exhausted. But I love you lot, man. The collective is just so lit. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I've been because but I have to remember this. Guys, remind me that this stays on. The recording, because sometimes I can get carried away. Oh, you two in this. Guys, I've been betrayed. I really have been betrayed. Like I don't know why I feel like like that's why this like the whole story of Christ, it really does resonate. That's why for me, I'm not letting Christ go. I love everybody no matter what they believe in, even if you're atheist. You don't, I love you all. But for me, do you know what I'm saying? Like in this junction in my life, I just think about like what Christ went through, and it really does help me get through, because I've just got like I just can't believe it. Like I just like if ever Judas was a person in real life, chair. But do you know what it is? And for me, that's why I said when I get to this point, like it's so dangerous, because I'm not even sending stuff your way because it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands because my hands are tied. You reap what you sow, man. Remember, I said there's that universal look. Like I'm just like, God, please, can everyone who's done me wrong get their karma, man? Like just within like a certain time frame. Like, may I hear about it as well? Because I just can't believe. Like I'm not trying to go on like I'm perfect and I'm innocent, and because you lot know I'm not. You see me on here, but it's just I know that I've got a good heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I know I've got a good heart, man, and that's what I've realized. Like I've exposed myself in the past, because if you've been my brethren in the past and I'm not discussing you, it's because you're not real. You're fake as hell. Because there's some people I just won't even discuss them. They thought they were important in my life, but they just turned out to be so fake that even in my lowest, most weakest, most traumatic time, I won't even human fecal matter on you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people who are just like that, they're just so fake. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't, they chat everybody. They're a gossip. They chat everyone's business. Don't you know? If someone talks about you, the whole world, their auntie's mama's cousin, and they like to hear people's business and they're a gossip, they're going to chat your business to someone else. That's really basic maths. That's like that. That's like what that's like what I'm teaching my 10-year-old now, because she's getting close to certain people in school. And I just have to look at these little girls once, you know what I mean? Like I pick her up from school and I look upon them and I know what's up. And I'm like, listen, this is the lowdown. You can take it or leave it, but don't be asking me to be meeting up with no one's mother. Because I could tell this is like this is because you lot know I don't play that. I ain't got time for that. I'm here to protect my kids. I'm like that one can seem like she might have a bit of a jealous streak in her. Because when you're young, you don't realize as well. This is all of the stuff, yeah. Oh, are you? Love you, girl. Like my mum taught me all of this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And that's why as a mother, it's like you have to, like when you're a queen raising a queen, you have to know that you're a queen to be able to look at your child and say, okay, this is a queen. I'm raising a queen. I got to teach them how to love themselves. I got to teach them how to respect themselves. I got to teach them how to be confident. I got to teach them how to see jealous girls. I got to teach. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the real education. Like not the institutions that they create, the curriculum and the education system to indoctrinate our kids. We have to teach them like life lessons, like life. That's the wisdom that gets passed down, through ancestors. And sometimes it may not even be like a blood relative. Thanks, Elites. Oh, Elites, you're such a queen. Sometimes it might not be a blood relative, guys, because let's face it, a lot of the survivors, they've been in foster care their whole life, like their care experience. Hey, Tally, their care experience. They if parents have unlived, they've got it's a lot of, some of them just don't have. It's like again, the parent is so indoctrinated, they're in a religious psychosis state, so it's like they can't even get through to the parents. Like lights are on in no one's home. So it could have been a neighbor, it could have been, it might, I've got a, actually no, I can't use that example, but it could be the work that you do. Do you understand what I'm saying? It could be the work that you do. You could be really passionate about it. It could be your way of giving back to the community, giving back to society in your own little way. Because you could work in a bank, but because everybody goes everywhere. And like I have like really bad days, and just someone showing me a bit of kindness, like, complimenting me, whatever, that can change someone's day. So just, like the thing, but they make it like out like you've got to do all of these works. Like It's very like workspace, and I really do. I don't think it comes from, you know, like those old like Catholic like the Catholic doctrine. You know, like they've got that doctrine around purgatory. Like, hey, Featherstone. Like they believe when, you know, like you can pay for your oh, it's getting chilly, and guys, I can't get up to close the window chair. Oh my gosh, guys. You know, I'm not, you know, now like I'm back with my husband. You can see like I've just got on the bonnet every day. I just got on the gown because, you know what, guys, I'm not interested. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, like, right now, I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna do my hair, start doing my hair from tomorrow. But you know, and it's not like I don't want to look good, because I do want to look good, but I'm not trying to really, I don't trying to attract attention, or you know what I mean? Because I just can't, I'm just trying to process so much, because you know how it is, like, guys, I need you to understand, yeah, that, you know, my boyfriend that was unalived by the police, yeah, he wasn't just like the love of my life, he was like my best friend. This guy was my actual best friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that, like no one, and that's what I'm saying, like no one had like Jason's back the way I had. Like I was willing to like unalive for Jason. I would have taken his place. Like that's how deep the love is, because I knew I wouldn't have survived without him. That's why. So why am I here? It's like a real hood Romeo and Juliet. Guys, I don't think anyone understands like how I'm still standing. That's why, in a way, like now I'm coming out of it. Like the cult was so bad, it was so terrible. But you know, and as I said, I haven't come out unscathed. As you know, I'm disabled. I've got severe plethora of mental health stuff. I've just got a lot of issues. That's why for me personally, I just think like I'm just ending this junction here when it comes to like romantic relationships. But I want to say that, and this is why when I came on, I didn't even realize it. It was almost like I was saying it ahead of time and not even really. But I am truly home girl, and there's a lot of things that I want to do in the future, especially like for the guys on the roads and the streets and stuff. You know, I've always wanted to do that, and that's like the legacy for Jason. So for me, you know, kind of just being home girl, you know, especially like for the survivors, the male survivors, they'll always be safe with me. It's a safe space, because even if I do fight, because I'm a human, there are going to be like men I might find attractive, or you know, we might have like a vibe, we might have similar interests or whatever, but it's always just going to be a friend. Because you know, before, it's like I would think about Jason. Jason was on my mind all the time. I was still very much in love with Jason, but disassociated. So I wasn't able to like unpack it. Like now I've come out of this and I understand that he was loyal and faithful to me to the end, like until the unalivement of him. Guys, I'm going to be 40. Do you know what I mean? We don't even have long lives here. And let's be honest, I'm not coming for the guys, but most of them ain't human fecal male. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. And I just think by the time it takes time for them to catch up, you know, it will be my kids' turn. So for me, I just want to be like, give back. I just want to give back. And hopefully I can prevent, you know, future generations from, you know, going down this same path. Anyway, let's get into the topic of tonight. I don't know though, man. I really do want to get into it, but I do think I need to vent because I feel really betrayed, and my heart is broken. And, you know, it's just really, it's really disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. It's so disappointing. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. And you know what? It doesn't matter how much you try to be fake and you try to do this and you, but you see, God, God knows. God knows the truth. God knows everybody's thoughts. You see, it's like when I start talking, you start coming off. When I start speaking the truth, you start coming off. When I start talking about God and I start, listen, you see that if this girl was not Jason's sister, I swear to God, if this girl was not Jason's sister, for the sake of her being, you're so lucky you're his sister, Samantha. I swear to God, you're so lucky. All of the stuff I've seen of you doing, the videos, the things you've been saying, you're so lucky. Oh my God, for the sake of Jason, that's why I've not, you see how like I exposed these cults, I would have been exposing them all up. They wouldn't have even been able to show them that they wouldn't even been able to show their face in these streets. Because if anybody thinks I care, I don't care. That's how I know you lot never knew Biggs. You didn't know Jason. You didn't know him, because if you knew him, you wouldn't be playing with me. Nobody would be playing with me, Because even when I started coming out and I was doing all of this, the whole talk in these streets was Leah's a MAD man. Like to be doing up what she, do you know where that energy comes from? That comes from Biggs. I'm his legacy on period point blank. Ain't nobody gonna tell me any different. That man taught me everything I know. How do you think I've been surviving outside in these streets? Are you all right? That man taught me how to survive. I did. Do you know what? Yeah, I've absolutely had enough. When people want to be coming on my live, why are you coming on my live? Why are you coming on my live? Because you've already told me I can't share no pictures of him. My boyfriend that I was with for a whole year, his sister's running around in these streets saying, how I, what did she say? She said, it's so traumatic. I can't even think. She said that I was only with him for a year. Thank you, my love. She said you were only with him for a year. He was not your husband. He was your boyfriend. And then she then compared my relationship to her brother's and said, she then proceeded to say, he was my childhood companion. Was he your childhood companion, my love? Well, he was the love of my life. Do you know what I mean? I lived for that man. The air that I breathed was for Jason. Do you know what I'm saying, girl? And there is no comparison. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no comparison, chair. And I know you're still on here on a burner account. I don't care because you got hair today. You got hair today. You got hair today, girl. Let me turn off the music because you know when they report it up and I got music in the background. Let's make sure for Instagram that there's absolutely no reason why the live could get luck off. Let's just make sure. I just want to make sure. So anyway, let me tell you something, yeah. There's these pictures that they use when they're doing protests and marches and whatever, yeah. What I need you to understand, Samantha, yeah, is it's not like Jason unalived and then I had a boyfriend 2 weeks later. And then I was pregnant a year later. And then I was running around in these streets, raving and doing the most and sleeping around with all. Baby girl, I ended up in a church cult for 18 years. I was celibate for 7 years straight. Are you getting it? For 7 years straight. Because I love that man so much. That's how I was able to be celibate. Do you know how much 304s are in the church that are getting their backs blown out left, right, and center? I could have done that, baby girl. Don't ever get it twisted. The men are so easy in there. They're easier than the men in the world because all the single married men are in there, dribbling and thirsty. Yeah? Bursting at the seams. Let me tell you that for free. So all I'm going to say to you, baby girl, is the reason why this queen was able to keep her legs shut was because of the love I had for Jason McPherson, my husband, on period point blank. Minakir. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that that man was my husband. Everyone can see it from the picture. That's why you're peed off that you gave me the picture. The picture, that's my picture. This guy's sister still has a set of pictures that are mine. I took of Jason. They don't have pictures like that to show of Jason because people weren't around. Where's your pictures, babe? Don't pee me off, man. I'm gonna start getting really angry because I'm sorry, but I'm not having it. I'm really not having it. I'm really not the one. And do you know why you don't know me, babe? We met a couple of times in the year that I met some of the family that are there, but I was with Jason for a year. My family, we're tight. I live all the way in Kent. Do you understand what I'm saying? My mum is all the way in West London, but I see my mum. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let the demon of jealousy have her. Ooh. May it be so. May it be so, Tally. May it be so. I'll tell you something, yeah, it's all backfired because you've tried to come out like you're exposing me. You want to publicly humiliate me online, but everyone can see through you. I can see through you, babe, through the videos that you've been doing. I can see through you. Oh God, don't get me started tonight, girl. So I don't F with you, innit? I don't care if you're his sister, like rare. I will never forgive you on period point blank. I will never forgive you, girl. I will never forgive you for saying, guys. You know what? Let me tell you something. You see how good God is? When God is on your side, when God is for you, nobody can be against you. When God is for you, who can be against you? God knew all of this was going to happen before time, you see. That this path was already laid out for me from before. So God knew that I was going to be, God knew I was surrounded by snakes in the grass even before I knew it. But because I'm divinely chosen and protected, you know about Yahweh's. And let me tell you, check this, yeah. In 2007, I was on the X Factor because I weren't going chasing D because I'm not a 304. I genuinely love that man with all my heart. So what did I go and do? Because at that point I'm broke. Jason was paying for my life. I was living at his mum's house. I didn't have no money. Jason was giving me money. Like he was funding my life. Do you get it? So after that, I was like, I don't have no money. I'm broke. So I was like, I can sing. Let me go on the X Factor because I couldn't be with no one else. Do you get it? Like that's how desperate, because you got to be desperate to go on them shows. So fast forward now, because I was on the X Factor, not only did I get put on the X Factor, I got put in a group. They selected us because we were entertainment. They set it all up from the beginning. Divine alignment, yes. Yeah. And I was in a girl band. We were the talk of the show. We were the stars of the show, right? They kept us on that show to the final 5 because all of them shows are fixed, by the way. Don't waste your money by voting. Anyway, long story short, I got to the final 5. So remember back then, we didn't have phones like what they are like now today. So if it wasn't for me being on the X Factor, I would have absolutely no evidence. And girl, that article from The Voice, that's disappeared. It's disappeared, hasn't it? Were you responsible for getting that article taken down, babe? The one in The Voice with Sandra? Because you think I wasn't thinking about Jason. I thought about that man every single day of my life. I cried myself to sleep every single year. Don't ever get it twisted, baby girl. That article with Sandra, when she was holding Jason's picture on her, the picture I took, and there was that article in The Voice, and it's miraculously disappeared now. You cannot find that article. And in that article, Sandra was talking a lot about me, but there's no need, even though you got that one taken down. This is why I was saying that God's got my back and I'm divinely protected. Because I was on X Factor, these newspapers outside in these streets were talking about your girl. Daily Mail, click. The People, click. The Daily Mirror, click. The Sun, click. The National Lottery, click. This Morning, click. That's why I said to you, Hope, I can't tell my story without talking about my husband. That's Jason McPherson. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say to you, girl. So I've got the article here, and I will be reading out what's been said in the article because there's a lot of lies that's been spoken. Do you understand what I'm saying? But thank the Lord Jesus Christ in heaven. Thank the Lord Almighty God that I was on the X Factor. So fortunately for me, sweetie, I've got the article and I've screenshot it now because, I wouldn't want that one to disappear miraculously off the net, would I? They've tried to delete all traces of me. It's mad because I know the truth. All because I know the truth. Me not care. Me not blood clot care. Do you hear me? Me not care. Because you need a little culture dose anyway. You need a dollop of culture. So me not care. Do you understand what I'm saying? Me not care. Because I've clocked you. Out of everyone that's still alive, you're the one that really knows who I was in these streets. And you and I both know that. And God. So you see I leave you to God. I leave you to God Almighty. And may God judge you for everything that you have done. What you've done in secret, may the Lord expose openly for all to see. Worldwide, global exposure. You get me? Don't listen. When it comes to Jason, don't play with me, babe, because I don't care who you are. The way I was riding out with Jason, the thing is, I don't need to include his mum in this because his mum rode out more for her son than me. She loved him more than me. And unfortunately, RIP. I haven't even started to process Sandra's passing. They're going to go crazy when I do that because I was like a daughter. I was like a second daughter to Sandra. And no one's going to take that away from me. So I've got to process that. But I can't process Sandra and Jason at the same time because I will lose my mind. I will end up losing my mind because Sandra was like a second mum to me. Like, honestly, me and Jason would have been married forever. And and you and I both know, baby girl, that I could be exposing you a lot more than what I'm doing right now. You and I both know that, sweetie pie, because it's all coming back to me, girl. It's all coming back to me now. You know what I mean? It's all coming back. It's all coming back, man. So let me just get up the article because I'm not playing no games, babe. Because you're just a liar. You're a liar and the truth ain't in you. That's all it is. But I leave you to God, innit? You're a liar and the truth. It all makes sense now why you were moving the way you were moving. It all makes sense why you were moving the way you were moving. So sly. It all makes sense, Chair. Everything, but you felt guilty. That's why you had to give me the picture. You felt guilty. Oh, was that you? Oh, what on there? Oh God, sorry guys. Someone's blocked Becca by accident. What's your name, my love? What's your name? All right. So this was the article that was written in 7th of October 2007, because according to his sister, she doesn't want me mentioning Jason's name, my man, that I was with for a whole year. Listen. Before I do this article, I'm going to school you lot, about the roads. Now, when it comes to the roads, like these guys that are on the roads, it's like they're married to the roads. It's like they're married to that life. You can't get them off the roads. That's why it's the roads. They're out 24 hours a day. They're risking their life. They don't care, because it's like the adrenaline, because of all their trauma. I'm not going to unpack it and get into it today, but it's because of the trauma that they've been through, etc. Yeah, they're actually running away from self as well. But I won't get into it too much today. What was I talking about? I've disassociated. Has someone been listening and can tell me what I was talking about? Because I just can't believe this. Like, I'm just trying to grasp the depth of this, and I just cannot believe it. Can anyone tell me what I was just talking about? All right. I don't remember what I was talking about. Let me just get onto this. If it comes back to me, because I don't know if TikTok's a bit slow. Oh yeah, I was talking about the roads. You lot, man, are people listening? Are you not here? So when they're on the roads, it's like impossible to get them off, especially because they've been on the roads for like so many years. That's why, like when they were really outside, when we really had gangsters in rap and stuff, and they used to say like things like, oh, you come before my money and stuff. We come from a real generation, like real. Now we just got Offset trying to get money from his wife. Like, it's just crazy. Anyway, let me not digress too far. Is that just Jack? Oh no, that's a different. So the reason that makes this story so tragic is that before Jason unalived, I was basically getting him off the roads. No one had been able to do that before I came into the scene. So they've been saying a completely different narrative. I don't even know that narrative, Chair. But anyway, maybe if you were there, you would know the story. You'd be getting it right. How about that? But thank the Lord Jesus Christ. I don't know why you thought you could play with me, babe. I don't know. You should have dealt with your trauma. I don't know why you thought you could play with me. I'm not the one. How are you going to tell me you allowed me to go to Jason's grave? Ha ha! You allowed me, girl. You allowed me, girl. Get it together. Do I need to take you down a trip? Do I need to take you down a trip to memory lane? 2006/7, Samantha? Or are you going to make yourself remember? Because it's getting to the point now where it's getting too blood clot much. It's getting too much, girl. It's getting too much. You better just fix up. I don't care what's at stake. I don't care what trials go. Me not care. Me not blood clot care. Because it's not about money. It's not about... Justice to me is about the world knowing that what they did to him, hearing his name. That's what it means for me, Chair. There's no amount of dough that can bring Jason back. He was the love of my life. If someone said to me, Leah, I'll give you £1 billion, it would not be enough to bring that. No. He is priceless. That man was. Oh my God, when I tell you, the most beautiful soul. And do you know what, guys? As the time goes on, I am just going to be drawing myself out and talking about very personal things. So if I was you, babes, you and your family should block me, because soon I'm going to be talking about our extra life. I'm going to talk about all sorts. So, if you don't want to hear it, don't be on here, Chair. Because there's just because remember I told you it was a hood romance. So it's like people might just see it as this and that, but the meaning behind it is so deep. Because I need you lot to understand, when I got with Jason, I was 18 years old. He was 25. And then his hating friends were like, oh, she's so young. And it's like, oh, shut up, man. You're just a hater. But anyway, usually when a guy who's older gets with a younger gal, it's like they just take so much advantage. They'll be like just sleeping with bare different gal. putting hands on them, like just treating them so bad. Because you know you're so young. What the hell did I know at 18? I was some big man. What am I doing? What did I know? That's why, baby, you're out here doing up whatever, this, that, and the third. Baby, I'm a survivor of CCE, child criminal exploitation. But were you there? Were you there, Samantha? Were you in the hood? Were you in the hood? Oh, don't play. You know what? It's too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. You know what? You've really struck a chord in me. You've really struck a chord in me. I'll tell you that for free. And BTW, I've got all the screenshots of you harassing me online, doing up all of that. I just thought I'd let you know that. Because all you have to do is block me, girl. That's it. That's all you have to do up. But there's obviously something else going on here, isn't it, darling? There's clearly something else going on here, sweetie. And I'm so glad that people are woke. Like in 2025, I'm so glad people are woke to see right through you. So the only people that are agreeing with this girl online is the church cult people. And that says a lot. That says a lot. That says a blood clot lot. Let me tell you that for free. That says a lot. That says a lot. Anyway, so let me just finish telling the story. So before Jason unalived, this guy was getting it together. As I said to you, he was a big guy and I loved it. And when he started losing the weight, I didn't like it. But it's like he had a hot gal. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got me now. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you all right? Like I was a hot gal. Are you all right, babes? Like don't ever get it twisted. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like we were so in love. And he was trying to like, you know, like he was not working out, but he was losing the weight because I think he just was eating less. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he was working so hard, bitch. I'm not gonna lie, like he was working so hard, bless him. He was just such a caring, giving guy. He looked after everybody. Like that's just who he was. And you know, I think that's why it was so devastating for me because Jason had like he was 25, but he was an old soul, man. He was like he had that like dad vibe. Do you know what I mean? I know that might sound a bit sick, but I've never had my dad around, and he had that like very like provider. Like when you look at the 25-year-olds now, it's just like, oh God, they're little boys. Princesses. Like back in the day, like we had real G's outside in these streets. That's why I look at this generation, I'm like, oh God, what's happened here? Oh my God, it's so sad. Oh, what's your name on there, babe? Tell me what your name is. Becca's been blocked by accident. What's your name? Put your name here, my love. So anyway, I got him some opportunity. It was like a recruitment thing. And, you know, because he had a criminal record, it wasn't about that. You just had to pay like a couple racks and then he's on it. Yeah, it was that type of vibe. So anyway, he had like enrolled into it or signed up or whatever. And so like he was, the thing is he was changing his life, but he couldn't just like come off the roads because that was like his whole lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? So at that junction, oh, thanks for the roses. At that junction, I knew everyone around him was snakes, but I didn't clock everyone at the time. But like his brethrens, I clocked, yeah. And at that point, I said to him, do you know what? I said, I don't trust these ninjas, man. Because it's like my gut was telling me, do you understand what I'm saying? Because I was the closest person to him. I could feel it. My gut was telling me these guys were snakes, yeah. So I just had a feeling, man. I just had a feeling that these guys, the guys he was moving with, because they were so jealous. So I remember we were in my hostel and I said to him, but he wouldn't leave his mum. He wouldn't leave his mum, like even for a night and stuff. And I think that's why he loved me, because like he loved me so much because I loved his mum so much. I'm not gonna say too much, but it was just a situation where we had to be in the house quite a lot. And I was in the house a lot. I spent more time with Sandra than Jason, actually, when I'm, you know what, I'm not going to go down this road because I think it's just going to be too much. So the point that I'm just trying to, yeah, okay, well, let me go back to what I was saying. So we're in my hostel and Jason didn't like being at other people's house. I just got that memory. He didn't like being at other people's yards, and you know, he was a homebody. He liked to be at home, and I was a homebody. He turned me into a homebody anyway. My ass was inside, chair. Woo! I was at home like a good little wifey. That's why when the sisters coming in, you weren't a wife, I'm thinking, girl, where were you, baby? Do you know what I mean? What are you talking about? I was in that yard. I was there every day, girl, waiting for my man to come home. Do you understand? I love that guy so much. Oh my God, I would have done anything for him. Oh, when I tell you I was riding up for him. So anyway, let me pause this because of Instagram. So anyway, once I've clocked that the friends are snakes, yeah, I said to him, "Oh, babe, do you know what? Like, just leave them. Like, just drop them." I said, "You can't trust them." I said, let's just do this together. Yeah. So I was like, I was just saying, let's just be on this Bonnie and Clyde thing, innit? Like, we'll just shop together. Yeah. Because you can't trust these man them. Like, I didn't trust them. So I was willing to, like, because I didn't need to do that. I'm beautiful. He can be out there. That's what I'm saying. I'm a real ride or unalive. Like, I love this guy to the unalive me. That's the whole reason why I'm going with these guys. Don't you get it? That's the whole reason. So I don't have to be outside. So me offering this now, that's defeating the whole object. And he knew at that point it wasn't a no. At first he was like, "Oh no, like I can't expect you to do that." I was like, "Listen," I was like, "I don't trust them." I was like, "Who?" I said, "Who are you gonna trust more than me?" Silence. There was silence. You could hear a pin drop in that room. Yeah. So when you lot are running around in these streets having money, hey, you weren't his wife. I weren't his wife, but I was willing to go to jail for him, for the things I did for him, my sweetie. I wasn't his wife, but I was willing to unalive for him, my darling. Okay. All right. All right. I wasn't his wife, but I was willing to be outside in these streets, risking my freedom, my life, everything, just to keep this man alive. And by the evidence of things, because he's no longer with us, it shows that I was right. Hey, Miss Kiko, it shows that I was right all along. That feeling that I had. And that's why I will never deny my gut, man. I will not, like, forget all that religion, man. You need to go within. Look at all of those times, Jay in the car. Look at all of those times when we've been like, oh my God, if we'd just gone with our gut. Hey, my love, do you know how much mandem I've heard say, like, guys, do you know how much mandem I've said, like, they just had a bad feeling? Like certain OGs that I know, yeah, that are like in their 40s. There's only a few that have survived, yeah. They've got their scars though and everything. Don't ever get it twisted. But it's because they had that intuition, that gut feeling, like my gut, I just didn't feel, and then they didn't go, and it's like they would have ended up being unalive. Like, that's the depth. Oh my God, it's just so, this stuff is just so deep, honestly. Like, I honestly do just wish that, I don't know, like, to just don't stay with them friends. I don't bloody know. But my point is, so I managed to start getting him off the roads, man. And then he unalived. It was so sad because he was starting to get his life together, but I was so desperate because the friends were just EVIL, man. He was just surrounded, like, that people didn't really. Like when someone goes, that's when it's like you don't know what you've got until it's gone. That's the vibe, and they know that's the truth, but it's not the same for me, sweetheart. It's not the same for me. That's why you don't want me grieving, because it's not the same. We're not the same. That's all it is. We're not the same. No, there's no requests, my love, unfortunately. There's no requests. You're just going to have to sit and listen. Unfortunately, you trying to get me off the live isn't working today, is it? It was about oh, was it you? Oh, okay. All right. So now I've laid the foundation for it. As I said to you, I was on the X Factor in 2007. All right, Queen. I was on the X Factor in 2007. I had got to so was the finals. I got to the final 5. And as I said, we were the star of the show. So all the newspapers and magazines were writing about us, this, that, and the third. So someone, and this is what I'm saying, I had a lot of snakes around me. Someone who was supposed to be my friend, and I'm going to read you the article. They actually sold me out. They actually sold a story. People were selling stories of me. But because they know who I am outside in these streets, it weren't anything negative. But why are you opening your mouth to even go and talk? But in hindsight, I'm kind of glad they did, because I've got the evidence. All right. I want to say in this article, because it was so bait. The X Factor was so bait that news reporters and stuff were going to, like, Sandra's house and trying to get, like, quotes from her and stuff like that. The journalists were on it because obviously I had, hey girl, hey my queen, it's Brittany. How are you? That's one of our survivors, guys, in the collective from America. Oh, this is so traumatic. All right, guys, I'm just going to read out the article. So this is by The Mirror, and this was in 2007, seen as though people want to lie on my name and not speak the truth. X Factor Beauty, why thank you. X Factor Beauty, Leah Lauder, is haunted by the mystery unalivement of her, they called him a jailbird lover. Guys, you got to remember this was 2007. Of her jailbird lover in police custody, the people can reveal. Viewers will see Leah make it to the final tonight with the girl band Hope, but she will 20. She will be hiding a devastating heartache. Boyfriend Jason McPherson unalived in January while allegedly being restrained by 15 cops. I don't know why they were doing all that. It was a lot of police, but I don't know why they were writing it like this. Anyway, Leah and Jason's distraught mum, Sandra Richardson, heard his final moments in a terrifying mobile phone call yesterday on what would have been Jason's 26th birthday. Sandra and friends made an emotional trip to his grave for a celebration of his life. So the paper actually spoke to her. So this is what I don't get. Like, you lot are running around in these streets trying to act like, oh, she weren't part of the family. She weren't this. You know I was. What are you even? Why was I in the car? Why was I in the family car? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Why am I in the funeral booklet, babe? Did I even talk at the funeral? Such a blur. But again, she won't give me no pictures. The sister. She won't give me the pictures that are mine and the pictures that were taken of me. Because it's like they didn't want me to have evidence. It's weird. It came on the eve of Leah and her bandmates moving into an X Factor house, ready for the final live rounds. Sandra said of her son's tragic fate, Leah was heartbroken. So this is actually this is a quote from Jason's mother, who was like a second mother to me. I absolutely adored Sandra. She used to take me out to parties with her, like with her friends, like her friends' house parties. We used to be everywhere together. I used to go out shopping with Sandra. I used to go to all her hospital appointments with her. We were like that, like Batty and Bench. We were like a little family. It was like a little family in there. That's what it was like. I was so, and then they want to come and then she wants to come and say the family have said, what family were they there? And then you want to be saying to me that I can't go to the grave. How dare you think that you can give me permission to go to that grave? How dare, what the hell? What the helly? What the hellionte? What the helly berry? Sandra said of her son's tragic fate, because as I said, the newspaper went to go and speak to Sandra, but I'm not family. So I don't know why were they going and speaking to her? Why did they go and speak to her? Because I'm not family. I'm not anything to do with y'all, according to you, Samantha. I'm not anything according to you. But she was happy to speak to them. You were so close to the mum and they did you like that. It's not right. Babe, when I write my book, I've got so many things to say that Samantha, her own daughter, doesn't even know about because she weren't even there herself. So there's things that to this day I don't even think she knows about. So she'll be finding them out for the first time. Because I've just been pushed now. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the lies. I've let a lot of things go. I've taken the higher ground. I've been the higher person. I've done this. I've done that. But with this, she's done too much now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, she's just done, and she knows what she's done. She knows exactly what she's done. Whatever you thought you was going to achieve and whatever you thought you was going to get, girl, I'd think about that twice now because you've just messed up the whole thing. Don't you know, I told you, when I spoke to you on the phone about what these times mean, it's all about truth. You got to have a clean heart, bro. So Sandra said of her son's tragic fate, Leah was heartbroken. They were going out for about a year and were each other's first boyfriend and girlfriend. We were, this is what I said to you. It was like puppy love. Like we were each other's first loves. You could, like Sandra said it here, not exactly first love, but first boyfriend and girlfriend. What does that mean to you? At the time of his unalivement, Sandra described the dramatic call. She said, we heard him saying, get off me, I can't, you know what. And you can't tell me I can't talk about this. This is an article about me, babes. Your mum gave consent to speak. What are you telling me now? I can't share this. It's public information. It's out there, and you want to be speaking lies. So because you want to be speaking lies and put that information out there, I'm telling my side of the story. You're going on my Instagram, you're going on my TikTok, you're watching all my stories, you're commenting underneath all the posts. You're obsessed. Why are you doing that? It's given that it's not given that you want that it's about you don't want me to show these pictures, and it's given that there's a deeper meaning, babe, and that's what's led me to have to go down this rabbit hole. You know, I was sitting there today, guys, and I was just saying to myself, I can't believe that this is my life. Hey, Layla Speaks, I can't believe that this is my life. Like, if somebody had told me this like years ago, I would have been like, Satan, get behind thee. Guys, they've got pictures of me in the house. They've got pictures of me in the house. They've got pictures of me in the funeral. I had his funeral booklet, but it was in my box of memories that I gave that silly pastor, because remember, he told me I had a soul tie with him. That's what he said, and I had to give this box. You know, he saw in the spirit, and I didn't tell him about the box. At least I didn't think I told him about the box, but I could have told him about the box and just forgotten, because they use a lot of mystical manipulation. I don't know. I think she don't like the fact maybe you're closer to Jason than her. It's like jealousy. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. And it doesn't have to be like that, because I wanted to be close to the family. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but what they need to realize is I don't care about them. The only one I care about is his brother, and his brother's going through things at the moment. So I don't care about any of you lot, because you weren't there. Don't you get it? You weren't there. His grandma, the granddad, and Sandra. Do you get what I'm saying? They were there, and then there's 2 other uncles. Do you get what I'm saying? They're the only ones I care about, babes. I didn't know anyone else, and that's it. Because anyone else was either too young to remember entirely. And I'm not saying that people don't go through their trauma, because they do. I'm not taking that away from anyone, but everybody goes through the trauma differently. That's why you can't when it comes to grief, bereavement, and trauma, you can't compare that. You can't compare what you're going. It's like healing. It's not linear. You can't compare it, because if I go and say I was with Jason for a year, but someone was, when Jason unalived, that person was 2, or that person was 3 years old, it's unfair for me to say you wouldn't remember him. You don't have no memories of him because you're 3, because you're 2 years old, no matter the connection or the relation. I was 19. I got with him when I was 18 years old. I was 19 years old. I can remember every single thing. I can remember the way he used to blow out my back. I can remember the way he used to talk. I can remember the things he used to tell me. I was head over heels in love with this man. I used to live in the house. I was there for a year. So I could turn around and say, how does that compare? But I'm not going to do that, because that's not my heart. But it seems like you will. It seems like you. But why? Why do this to me? What for? What? For what? I'm genuinely grieving. Like, why would you do this? It makes no sense. Like someone make. All I'm gonna say is I don't want to talk to you lot in it, like none of you. The only one that I would even consider talking to would be the younger brother. I don't want to, and that's the only one that I care to have any type of relationship with, is the younger brother. I don't want any relationship with anyone else. Samantha, I will never forget what you said in those comments. I will never forgive you. I will take it to my grave. If you knew your brother well enough, then you'd know me, because that's exactly how Jason was, and that's how I am. I'm literally the female version of this guy. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna read all of those parts. I am gonna read this. And Sandra claimed that she and Leah heard another voice saying he's unaliving. So let me get this straight. You want to sit there and compare yourself and other people to me when I heard this guy getting unalived down the phone. That in itself is traumatic, my love. No matter what relation, no matter what connection you had with the person, just hearing that on the phone is traumatic enough. Do you understand why I've got all of this trauma now? Because it's like it's almost like you've surrounded yourself with a lot of like delusional people. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's you're just around no one that could maybe speak any sense. Maybe you think you're the smartest one of the pack. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? What the hell? Girl, you don't know me like that because you weren't there. That's what I keep telling you. You weren't there. That's why you feel like you can come and do this on the internet. Because if you really know me, anyone like Jason would have told you, leave her. Jason would have told you, leave her, let her calm down. Like you can't, like no one can fit, like when Leah gets up, just leave her. He would have had to have come and blown my back out. Like that's the only way we would have been able to shut me up and resolved it. Yeah. I just can't believe this. Yeah, I'm as fine as I can be. I'm as fine as I can be. Do you know what I mean? Um, okay, so now a close friend of Leah said last night, yesterday was a really exciting day for her. So that so you see how people have just been betraying me from the jump. Like just selling me out, just selling me out for a couple £100 for the frigging people paper. So it's not, this is why I said to you, look, when I started exposing the church cults, I said this isn't nothing new, babe. That's why I can handle the truck. When people are like, Leah, how do you? I've been hated on for my whole life. Like, gal them have been hating on things about me that I don't even see in myself. You know them ones. So you know when it runs that deep, like I don't care. Like I've had to be my own friend, like from day dot. Like gal them get too jealous, then they start speaking my business. I'm used to people coming in now because of the jealousy. I don't care. I'm used to being a lone rider. This is so sad. You can't measure your pain to anyone else's. Bex, when I tell you, yeah, it's like the family feel like for 18 years I was just getting on with my life. I was in a cult, bitch. Like, do you know, I've got one adrenal gland. I've never loved anyone since Jason. And marriage doesn't mean love, my babes. That's why I'm divorced now. But don't you see? Because I never got a chance to process it. I never got a chance to really like make a decision about what I wanted to do because I'd already lost my mind when I presented at the cult, and I was celibate for 7 years. And I also want you to know that there was a guy, and I'm hoping that he wouldn't want me to show his picture though. There was a guy that I ended up seeing for a while when I backslid. And he was just, he just looked like Jason, but he wasn't like Jason looked. Jason was better looking. Sorry, I've just got to be honest. But he's a good looking guy. I'm not taking it away from him. But Jason was a better looking guy. But he was almost like a I don't know, like another. I don't really know what to. You lot get what I'm saying. And that was all because I just couldn't get over the guy. I've never got over Jason. That's why now, like my way of like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's just to say, okay, no more men for me now because, you know, like now that I've come back to my senses, I'm just never gonna get over him. Never. Actually, so sad. Almost like they tried to erase it from your brain. Yeah. Exactly. People really try to minimize people's pain. It's horrible. The only reason why this hasn't completely taken me out and finished me is because I know the truth. If it was Sandra, like if she was still here and she was, you know, like it would have been different. But she's not, because that's the only person that could tell me anything. Don't you understand? And they know that. They know that. They know that. It's exhausting. It's sad that it's had to come to this. But unfortunately, no, you can't just go around speaking lies, babe. You've got this, my girl. You'll be okay. We've got you. Oh, Han, it's you. Oh, it's Han. Oh my God, Hannah. Oh, Han, do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna send you an invitation for something. Han, if I don't send you an invitation for something, send. Actually, I might as well just announce it now. They're gonna love this. Lula, do you think I should announce it now? What I'm doing up on that day, or do you think I should wait a bit? What's your intuition telling you? Oh, Han, I love you so much. Okay, she said no. All right, so Han, you know, if I don't message you after the live, can you please send me a message on WhatsApp, because I need to send you an invitation for something that I would like you to be there for. If it's a party, I'm there. Sort of, but not really, my love. Yeah, just message me, babe. So as I said to you, there was an article by The Voice. It was a beautiful piece. But I just have a feeling that someone got that taken down because of their connections to the newspaper. But I don't know. What do I know? Maybe it just got archived. All right. So a close friend of Leah said last night, yesterday was a really exciting day for her as the band started preparing properly for the live shows, moving into a flat together and talking about singing to millions. But Leah would have had Jason on her mind too. She lost her first serious boyfriend. She has been really brave. She's turned to God. It's her way of coping. I know he did this. Do you know what? You see the person who did this, the only reason why I'm not calling out your name begins with M, and you know who you are. And I know it was you that sold me out to the newspaper just because of that, even just that comment alone. And I want to let you know, bitch, the only reason why I haven't spoken about you and your name is because of the love I have for your mother. That's how deep it is. Like, how can your mum's more real than you? That's on period point blank. That's the only reason why, because I love your mum. Your mum's a real G. That's why. So your mum saved your life. Because you know I know too much about you, child. Don't play with me. And I'm not a 304, so people don't have nothing to say. They ain't got nothing to say. I've never been a 304 a day in my life, but you have. Do you get it? And I'm non-judgmental. And that's what I'm saying. I've been holding people's secrets to the grave and whatnot, but it just looks like people have just been out here chatting my business. So why am I gonna you want me to hold certain secrets about things that have happened and things that have gone and things I've seen, my story, my truth, but yet you want to be outside in these streets putting personal information, trying to publicly humiliate me. Samantha, I don't rate you. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing up an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth for you because you're Jason's sister. I'll just leave you to God and karma, because then that way my hands are clean. So whatever you got coming to you by the universe, that you did that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. My hands are clean, bro. Because I know Jason, I know what he would and wouldn't have wanted. Because everyone's seen how I go on. Like, I'm not the one to play with. Like, everyone's seen it and they can see I'm just ignoring you. It's for a reason. You wanted a reaction. You wanted to demonize me. You want to paint me as this monster. I'm not. You can't profile me, B. All I ever did was come and show that family love and show Jason love. That's all I ever did. Because I loved that man so much. My head was just in the clouds. Anyway, it reads, I know she will be thrilled to be on X Factor, and every time she sings on stage, she knows Jason is watching her from heaven. Hope are one of the 3 bands that we were put together. And it just says that the show boss Simon Cowell hopes they will be Britain's answer to the Pussycat Dolls. And I just threw it all away, guys, because of the cult. They told me worldly singing was evil. They indoctrinated me. And because I was in so much trauma and wasn't in my right mental space, also when I was on the X Factor, because you know they've got like crew, like filming crew and stuff. One of the filming crew basically told me that my name was like on this list, because they have a list of people who are like mentally unstable. Can you imagine? They didn't think I was all there. Like, that's how bait it was. But you know, they just love to exploit people, so they don't care. So I've got all of this proof, you know, that I weren't okay throughout I haven't been okay throughout my whole life since Jason unalived. The pal said Jason's unalivement had pushed Leah to strive to achieve her dream of pop success. I'm not going to say that bit. I don't know where they got that from, but anyway. And it just says that on the night he failed to turn up, so that's Sandra, she and Leah went looking for him and received a fateful call. The friend added, because there's some bits I'm trying to leave out. The friend added, because unlike you and me, babes, I care about people's feelings. So I'm leaving out the bits that I think might actually distress people, like actually distress the family. No, man, I will fully HAT all of them for what they've done to people. That this, it's actually disgusting. It is. It is. That's why I want nothing to do with them. It's just bad vibes. It's just bad vibes, man. Bad vibes. The friend added, the pressure hit Leah really hard. She's a lovely girl and such a good singer. Behind her smiles on TV, her heart is filled with sadness. And at the end, if you care to go and read it, go and Google it up, Chair, because I'm not trying to expose people that I don't want to expose. But all of us, we were in this girl band and we were really hot and we were like, like 19. So you see, I'm going into like my 2000s girl band chat, We were really hot and all of us had like, like there was just so much drama because it was like they put 5 drama queens together. I don't really think they cared if we could sing or not, to be honest. They just put us in this group and they were like, yeah, this is going to be entertaining. And they put us in this house and it was crazy. And so that's why all the stories were coming out and stuff. And I was so close to this guy and I was such a state. I actually went with his mum to go and view him. And I'm trying to remember, like think back because they're gaslighting me. Like I'm thinking, am I forgetting? Like, was it just only me and Sandra? Or were there other people there? Like, they're making me question my sanity. Do you know? So I'm being gaslit because I'm thinking like Sam, were you there? Like, try to remember, like genuinely. I'm trying, and then I sat there the other day and I was thinking, I got to try and remember, like, is it my memory? Like, was it really the way it was? Like, was it like, it's mad. But it was. Boy. One thing I will tell you though, guys, write down the date. Take a mental note. Remember, I said it here, Chair. Everything in the dark concerning my husband, Jason McPherson, will come to a light in the end. Do you know why I know? Because I'll do whatever it takes, bitch. Like, I don't care. If it's my spiritual practices, that's what I'm doing. I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? I've got nothing to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell. Why do you think I'm beefing all these churches? Who would do that? Who would do that? Like, who would, like, you gotta be, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, from when Jason unalived, I've never been okay. Do you not understand? Are you all right? Why is it so hard for you to grasp that? Why can you not compartmentalize that, sweetie? I'm just struggling to understand. And even though it was a year, it was like so much that happened in the year. Like, he had just come out of jail and then he got recalled because he was on tag. And that was the reason why I fell in love with him so hard, because he was on tag and so like he had to be outside in these streets like getting money. You know what I'm saying? So me, I'm like the ride or unalive. Do you know what I mean? So I was used to going out with guys like this. Do you know what I mean? Like at that point. So it was like I just had to, you just got to go with it. It is, I'm not in the yard because he's broke. I'm in the yard because he's on tag. Do you get it? So I was in there. I can't even remember how long he was on that tag for. He was on that tag for a hot minute and then he got recalled. And he was in Scrubs for like 2 weeks. And then I was going and visiting him there. And I was being so extra. I was like, do you need any knees favor? He was like, I'm only here for 2 weeks, and he was like, I just got my let me tell you about the day I visited him in jail. Oh my god, guys, this is a really, really nice memory. And you know what's crazy? Because I was so like indoctrinated that there were certain things that's just, in the back of your psyche. So the reason I'm saying this is because I wore this beautiful outfit. I don't know what happened to it. I bought from, do you not know Portobello Market? It's like they have like boutique stalls and they sell beautiful clothes and they're like all like original pieces. And it was like, it looked a bit like very spiritual. It had like patterns on it, but it was bright. And it had all the guys. When I tell you, I don't even, how did they let me in? Like to the jail? Like, I don't understand how they let me in. Guys, when I tell you it was a piece of cloth. It was a piece of cloth. It was like you just tied it and it was so short. And then I had on, what was the top? I know the top was like some tight thing. It was just, I was just wearing nothing. And then I had my fresh piece in and I did all my makeup because I used to do this really nice eyeshadow. So I went in that on that visit like a hot gal. Are you all right? And then afterwards, he was telling me like everyone like on the wing, I was like, is that your girl, Biggs? Is that your girl? Is that your ting? Yeah? Is that you? Is that you? And I'm not, guys, I'm not trying to like glamorize that life because as you know, I lost my husband to it. But this is what my life is. I don't have ooh, chill. Yes, Jay. Like this is what our memories are. These are I don't care. I'm not gonna feel any type of way saying it. I'm not here. I'm in a blood clot here. So anyway, all the guys on the wing, like everybody on the visit, they were all talking about me, like, oh my god, she's so like da, 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 da. So he was feeling, you get me, like he was feeling like the man. Are you all right? I was coming and visiting him. I was just looking so good. But I think it was only like, it wasn't even a lot of visits because he was literally in there for 2 weeks. I think I visited him like twice. But the reason why I'm saying this, thanks for the follow, my love. The reason why I'm saying this is because because they're trying to like minimize it. Like I was only with this guy for a year. Like, like get out of there, babes. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you all right? Like these things brought us so much closer together, do you know? And all his friends were jealous. They were so jealous. They were so like bear snakes around him, boy. And Jason already had something on his own where it's like he had this aura. He was special. He was special. He was special. He was different. He was kind. He was like, we are the same. Like he's my twin. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like he's like the male version of me. So when we came together, it was just too much. The hate, man. It's just like, what the hell? Like even when the guy's unalive, people are still, you know what I mean? Like mad. Anyway, so let me get back to what was I talking about? Yeah, the visit. And I remember I kissed him on the visit and I just came in confident. Are you all right? Oh, you know what just came back to me? I got a flashback of the shoes. And I had these beautiful shoes, yeah, and they were like, because I've always had quirky style, but back in the day, no one could touch. Oh my god, I was such a hot girl outside in these streets. I swear to God. So I had these shoes, and because West, it's like quirky. So it's like this woman, she used to make her own shoes, and back then the shoes were like, I don't know, like £90, but back then it was expensive. That was like what you'd pay for like designer shoes. You get it, but they were beautiful. They had some mad heel. Like really, they look like designer. Oh, they were the most. Oh, they were like Cinderella shoes. I don't know what I did with all these bits, because I got born again in it. I probably gave them all away, and so I came like a hot gal on that visit. Oh my god, we just fell more and more in love. I just remember we just had that kiss. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. I did have my ex in the same jail as him. They both had my pictures up on the wall at the same time. But I was telling my ex to take them pictures down. Like we are no longer together. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you still keeping my pictures up? It was mad. I'm not gonna lie. Oh God, guys, this has just turned into a little evening of just talking about Jason. It's been nice because you know what? It helps me remember. It really does help me remember. I know there was somewhere else that he took me as well, but I'm just because he was just on the roads. Like I can't even lie to you. Like he was just on the roads, man. Like because he'd just come out and he was really, sad, man. Anyway, let me give you a couple of things before I go. What time is it? Oh, I've been on for God. I've been yapping for an hour, chair. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for holding the space. Oh wow, there's 17 of you on here. I'm surprised. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Insta. I think Insta's been quite good. And YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Even if you are a troll, it's very encouraging just seeing a couple people on. All right, let me give you a few more bits, and then Okay. All right. Guys, what would you prefer for me to talk about before I go? Do you want me to talk about, like, go through what religious psychosis is, DSM-5 thing, or do you want me to carry on? You know, when I was talking about like the deception and we've spoken about like recruitment, first contact deception, information control, control, language manipulation, loaded language. We ended with mystical manipulation and sacred science. And then now we would be on to confession, public shaming, self-sanction. So if you let me know, or should I'll just continue? Because some people might be tired because it's coming to the end of the week, isn't it? You lot might just be chilling and just listening to me. You might not want to. First contact deception. All right. Thank you, my love. What the helly? All right. Let's get into it. Let me try and have a focus. Guys, I'm changing up my look. I'm doing up a little, just a very slight one, because I don't think there's much to reinvent about myself, to be honest. So it's going to be, and you know, when people like reinvent, that's when you know they're fake. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a reinvention. I say it's more like an evolution. Like you know, you evolve, and depending on what the season and cycle and flow of life is, if you're a creative, you'll want to like it like express, because we're very expressive. Like with creatives, everything will be an expression of our creativity, like the clothes we wear, our home, or just the way we do things. Yeah. So yeah, I am, because I'm in this state. I'm in mourning. That's what I really am. I'm in mourning, man. But I got to at least try and do something with my headpiece. All right, guys, let's get into it. Sorry, I'm disassociating. So now we're going to be looking at why cults do up confession, public shaming, and self-sanction. No, I'm going to do what you said, babe. I was going to say it makes sense to just, follow it through. So what it looks like. So required confession sessions. So, like when you first come, they want you to like say all your business. They'll be asking you your body count. They'll just be asking you think personal details, like personal information. Like, why do you need to, like, I've just met you, B. Why do you need to know my body count? Why do you need to know who my father is? Why do you need to know who my mother is? It's weird. What the helly? So again, it's just and you got to remember, like, they just want to get people heavily indoctrinated. They want to get bums on seats. They want to, so it's tactics that they're using. All right. Public exposure of sin, coerced apologies. So if you're in a setting like this and you're seeing someone apologize for getting pregnant out of wedlock stuff, that's ABUSE. It's coined as confession, public shaming, and self-sanction. That's what we're doing up. That's what they're doing up. Yeah. Coerced apologies and rituals of humiliation. So the reason why they do this is it breaks down autonomy and privacy, creates leverage. Leaders can remind members of confessed faults. So when you do something, oh, you haven't really changed. You're just like you're just like the you're just like the disobedient man that you was before you entered here. You haven't really changed that much. And these times you're basically licking the dust off this woman's shoe, You're doing everything for this woman, unaliving yourself. And that's what they do. It's just bare ABUSC in there, man, because they don't LOVE themselves. There's no love in these spaces. It's so unfortunate. They just speak with their mouths. It's empty. It's empty words. There's no love. Their heart is so far from God. And it's so sad because the most miserable, bitter, squeeze face people, they're the ones who are the most bitter. They just can't stand to look at themselves in the mirror and deal with their trauma. And that's why they're miserable. And they want to make everybody else's life miserable. And that's unfortunate. Is that El Pimpiano? Hey, girl. All right. So it conditions shame as the appropriate emotional response, making people more compliant. So you see, like, how they control our emotions, whatever. It's also making us more compliant. It's making us have more emotional responses to the ABUSE, because that's how they want us to respond. Hey, Queen. Behavioural and emotional control, rituals, routine, discipline. So what does this look like? Strict schedules, rituals, no sleep or food manipulation. I want to say as well, constant meetings, constant tasks, like, and it'll be really silly things, like really stupid stuff. And they'll be calling you late, like 12 in the night, like babes, I'm tired. Oh, Leah, before I forget, just add coconut oil and also palm oil to the list, because also we need to make sure that we set up. Why, babes, are you all right? And what you got to remember is these people have no lives outside of the self-sealing system. So they really do get their claws into you, and they make it everything. They make everything about this little self-sealing system that they're in. And a lot of the time, like my cult was a mega church cult, but there were smaller branches. There's smaller branches all over the world. So I have experience of what it's like being in the smaller cults are worse, because they're like vultures, because there's less of them in there. So there'll be a lot more love bombing. It will take you a lot longer to see the truth, because it will feel like a little family. And then, hey, official posh. And then if you've got attachment issues and things from the past and this, that, and the third, it's a very toxic mix. So discipline, punitive discipline, repetitive practices, chanting, long meetings, and work demands. So that's the ministry, the work ministry demands. And actually Dag's got in his book, the ministry is demanding. That's one of his points. Hey, my love, I can't, does anybody, are there any first lovers, any OG survivors? What book is that? The ministry is demanding. Do you know what I want to say? It's going to be out of mega church and lay people in the ministry, because we literally took it. We used to have to take exams, guys. Do you know what? Because I'm just, how I haven't lost my mind. Only the Lord Jesus knows. It's crazy outside in these streets, yeah. All right, let me do the last one because I'm falling asleep. But do you know what, guys? I couldn't just come off and not, like reciprocate the energy. You lot have held the space for me. And do you know what? I really love the way everybody's backing me online. Like, I've had so many haters and so many people, just jealous. It's just all jealousy. That's all it is. And, having the support of the collective, yeah, LPN, we used to have to do exams. They're called age exams. And, because Dag's a doctor in it by profession, even though he hasn't practiced for about 30 years. Anyway, he's a doctor, a medical doctor by profession. So he has us do these exams. We used to go to, like, the internet cafes, and we used to pay £10. It takes like 10 minutes to do the test, and we're paying them £10, No, we'd pay them £10 to do the course, and that was just like Dag's books. And then we'd have to pay for the internet cafe ourselves. So it's like they just rinse. That's what I'm talking about, rinsing you dry. And these little things add up. So people have really low quality life. That's why they don't want you mixing with the public and stuff, because people have lives there, and you have to spend money to have a life. So they don't have. That's why they don't want you having no social activities. They don't want you mixing with anyone, so that they'll be like, oh my God, do you give all of that money to the church? What? And you just, even that Christians will be telling them that, because they're so radical. So what you'll find about these high control groups is they've got connections and they're affiliated, but they don't help each other out, because every man's for themselves. Do you understand? Because they're all narcissists. They can't work together like that. Then they've got chanting, long meetings, and work demands, ministry work demands. So the outcome is that this disrupts independent thought and creates dependency. That's the key word, dependency. They want you to be dependent on the environment, dependent on the porster, the mug, whatever, so that it makes it difficult to leave. Keyword there, dependency, to make it difficult to leave. And that's why they ABUSE you so much. And they have to form those trauma bonds and get you codependent. That's why these fake mugs and stuff, they'll be telling you about, like, all of their past trauma, their mum unalive, they were addict, all of this. Because it's a trauma bond. That's how we bond with people. That's why when anyone would come in that had, like, lost their mind or struggled with mental health, or Just anyone that was a vulnerable adult or child, they would just give them straight to me. It's like, oh, Leah, you were and they used to be like, Leah, you were in gangs, and I always have to like correct them. No, I wasn't actually. I was just affiliated. I used to go out with guys that were GMs. Hey, my love. Hey, Kaylee. I've never been in a GANG in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? So when they would, I used to have to correct them. Do you know, they just don't have a clue in there. That's why we've got the realities and codes. Like anyone can just go in there and just be acting like a gangster. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just whatever. It's just whatever goes. It's like the hip hop how the hip hop industry is now, the rap industry. So it's like you got fake guys, you got guys like Offset, do you know what I mean? Like in cosplay. Do you understand what I'm saying? The realest one in that team got unalive. The realest one's always unalive. So sad. Anyway, guys, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back into we do need to break it up, guys, though, because it's so heavy, isn't it? Like we need to talk about popular culture and stuff in between. Otherwise, it's a lot. This is a lot, you know. But well done, guys. We do have to give ourselves a pat on the back because we are actually making the decision to come on air, deconstruct, deprogram. Like we are really fugging it out. Like this is when we're fugging it out. And it's late. And there's still people on here. I'm so surprised. Yes, flow, sister, flow. That's how they talk in Caris and First Love. We've just got to flow, my dear. We've got to flow, sister. We've got to flow, sis. Because that's what I'm telling you, bro. Just flow, just flow. That's what I'm saying, bruv. Like, just flow. Some mad lingo, some mad jargon, like all mixed. Yeah, just flow, bro. Because I'm telling you, brother, those that inherit the kingdom of God, they start going in. So it's a remix. It's a mixture. It's a collective mix. That's what I said to you. They call it cult jargon. We literally have our own language. And then when you're in there, you're so cut off from reality and the outside world, you don't even know how to communicate with outsiders because every interaction is manufactured, is fake. So it's like, hi, my name's Leah. I'm a center leader. Oh my God, I'm so glad to see you. Look so nice. There's no genuine relationship because they take everything from you. They control everything, including the dynamics of your relationships and friendships. So that's why people are risking their job. Remember, I told you that there's that there's that member, a high-ranking member of Caris, that is a teacher that was grooming a child at the age of 14, 15, speaking to them after class, like having inappropriate conversations. And this child was disclosing like essay, like all different types of stuff. Do you know this teacher didn't go and report it? She should have done that. So that's a breach of safeguarding. Instead, she took her to church. Oh my God. I don't think you lot understand. This is so serious, man. Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that we've got going on. We've got the most craziest people work in these kind of positions as teachers, doctors, like, because they're just normal people. They're not, you know what I mean? They've got their own issues. It's just the job. That's all it is. That's why when they're feeling proud and like accolades and having doctors and lawyers and rich people and all this in the space, it's like, babe, we're in 2025 now. We don't care about those things. We don't care about material fit. People want peace. They want healing. They want peace from their troubled mind. That's what people want. They want peace of mind. King, I'm gonna message you back because I think I was supposed to message you back. Hey baby, it's you I'm talking to, my love. I'm gonna message you back, yeah? I am still coming down. I've just got to get well because I can't travel, you know, because of my immune thing. I can't travel with this this throat thing I got going in. All right. So it disrupts independent thought and creates dependency on the group for daily structure and identity. Okay. Financial and material control. So what does this look like? Strong pressure to donate. So it's a constant drive to raise funds, and then there's a constant drive to raise funds and a constant drive to recruit. And then also there's a requirement of them needing inordinate amounts of your time. This isn't just going like Sunday and Wednesday. This is like you're giving your life. That's why they use that sacrifice, Jesus Christ, like that rhetoric. It's like, you know, Christ gave your life. Now you got to give your life for him, like, you know, to him, to the ministry, to the cause. It's like Christ said you do greater works. Thank you for the follow, Mariam. So there's a lot of manipulation, because remember, they change the meaning of things, and they're just straight up thieves. Because what you got to remember, the most EVIL people, they'll sell their soul for some change. They'll sell their soul for some change. Like, people just ain't real, man. That's why I said, why am I gonna go? Yeah, like, be going to look upon man. Like, I'm almost 40, going to do what? The realest ninja I ever met was Jason. Jason, my first and the love of my life, my husband, my first and last love. I'm not gonna find anyone better than him. That's the truth. That's my truth. I know I'm not gonna find anyone better than him. Do you know why? Because there was only one him. There's not another Jason, is there? There's never gonna be. There's never gonna be another him. And because there's never gonna be another him, I'm just gonna wait it out, man. It's just not bloody worth it. I'm just gonna wait it out. Like, having to go through all of these weirdos. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, people can call me like crazy and this, that, and the third. I don't care. I'm gonna do what's right for me. I'm gonna do what's best for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're unwell as well. All right. Babe, we need to catch up, innit? We'll catch up. And then we'll just put it on pause for now, innit? Because we both haven't been well, and there's a lot of stuff going around, man. Guys, ain't this era giving COVID? You know, like, it's giving 2020 vibes. I don't think they're gonna lock us down, though. They can't afford to do that, can they? Oh, but you never know, yeah. All right, so then there's the strong pressure to donate, give up property or income, unpaid labor. So they do a lot of that, like free labor for profit. So, I mean, they get people to like lay carpets, like build like extensions, annexes, renovate the place. Like, my cult did that when they first moved to the cathedral. It was all church members doing all the manual labor. So tithes portrayed as spiritual tests. And the consequence of this is that it becomes like economic dependence, and there's economic dependence limits, options for leaving. So they say things like, I remember Dag used to say things like, oh, if you sit here and add up your tithe every month that you've paid for the amount of time that you've been here, and then you'll realize that you can't walk out, you've invested too much. So you see, like, there's that psychology, like the dark psychology, like there's a lot of gal them be woke, there's a lot of dark psychology and like how to get a man sprinkle. The reason why men are so angry is because it exposes the narcissists. So wait, what did I say? What was the initial thing I said? So I was gonna spit some game for y'all. I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh, narcissist, dark psychology. Oh yeah, that when they invest in you. Hey Chrissy, hey my love. He said, if you were to add up all your tithe, and you would see that how much of an investment, it's an investment. You can't just walk out. Dagger's actually said that. And with the dark psychology, that's the point. That's why you get the man to spend money on you. It's the same principle. That's what they do in the mega church, because they're whores. Remember I said that to you lot. So it's the same principle. Do you know what I mean? Like what them 304 man them does, when you'll just like buy a gal, because they're cheap, they're easy. Just like these spaces. Do you get it? So it's the same thing. So when a man looks at, like, he's not, what man's gonna be leaving a gal, he's kitted her out, he's paid for her to do her course, he's bought her a house, he's got her a car, he's done everything for that girl. Now she's looking good, and he ain't going nowhere. Where's he going? He's not going nowhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they use a lot of that. They use a lot of that, man. Okay. So guys, so let's remember that, yeah. The economic dependence limits. There's a word for everything. So do you understand what that is, guys? The economic dependence limits. If someone wants me to explain it further, please let me know. But it's like all of the money that you're sowing into the ministry, like all of the money that you're putting into the so-called ministry, by the time you sit there and think about how much you've actually put into it, you can't leave, because you're everything. Like, my pension, like everything was in that cult. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like my money for a rainy day. I wasn't thinking about money for a rainy day. It was all about Like, I'm going to just give it all to the cult, like store my treasures up in heaven. Christ is coming like a thief in the night. You don't know where or when it's he come from. You know, they use all these King James. That King James, the way they've put that together, it's not of God, I don't think. I'm not saying the sacred texts. I believe in the sacred texts. I read the Bible. The way it has been put together. And you know what? If someone's watching me that sent me some message to be like, can you delete the messages that I sent you? Girl, you're a mess. You're an absolute. You see these gal them in these spaces. Oh my gosh, the EVIR. I'm out here literally putting content out that I just want to delete. And this gal has come to message me about delete the messages that I sent you about the cult that she was exposing. Girl, I don't even human fecal matter on you. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know how long ago this girl gave me these messages? Like months ago. But because I'm spiritual and because you have religion and I have spirituality, I could see straight through you that you was fake. Because when you're spiritual, you just see through people. Do you know, they have no spiritual covering, they've got no protect, you just see right through them like a glass, just straight through. It's very transparent. They're because they're so fake. Yeah. So this limits options for leaving, and material sacrifice becomes tied to spiritual worth and identity. And also the material sacrifice also leads to like positions and titles, because you can actually buy anointing, you can buy prophecies, you can buy gifts, you can buy. That's how they've turned it into, like, God knew this time was going to come. That's the significance of the marketplace. You know, when Christ was like flipping tables, that is more relevant and more true today than it was back then. And that's because Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So they've changed him. That's why there's a very warped sense of, you know, who Christ is. I would just suggest everyone that's in there that's really got a heart for God, even if you're not sure about me, you might be on the fence, like, oh, I'm not sure about Leah, because I have to have this dark side, because unfortunately these men are EVIR. And God made sure that he put me down the path to look EVIL straight in the eye, so that I could understand how EVIL these men actually are. So because God knew that I would have to come and do this, so he had to put me with some real unalivers outside in these streets and in these roads, so that I could understand the severity and the depth of how EVIL these actual guys are. Okay. So when I'm telling you this is what it is. It's you can have your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their free will, but I'm telling you, this is what a blood clot is. Yeah. So what I'm going to say to you lot that are sitting on the fence, like this, that, and the third, I would just say, just spend time like with having a personal relationship with God. Do you know what I'm saying? Like seeking the word of God for yourself. I would say just take a step back from the environment and maybe find like an alpha course, like something that is not connected to any type of church. So not a church that's delivering an alpha course, because if they're doing that, they're very sly. You want to look for an independent alpha course that's not run by any kind of like, you know, place of worship, so that you can just learn about the basics of the scriptures, because whatever they taught you in there is human fecal matter, because all they care about is money. So that's going to be the main hidden agenda and motives, because everything's about money. Money makes the world go round. That's what it's all about in the end, isn't it? That's all it's about, is the dojo. So I'm going to say that again, because I don't want this to go over our head. How much more of this is there? Chair. You lot, we're going to have to finish this tomorrow. There's like about 4 more bits after this, chair. But that's fine anyway, because this is good. So material sacrifice becomes tied to spiritual worth and identity. And that's through the fair-based programming, the fake trad Christian model. Oh, where it's like, you know, that sacrifice of Christ. He gave his life. He shed his precious blood on Calvary. So, you know, it's a small thing. It's a small thing to go and preach the gospel. In fact, it's a privilege. It's an honor. It's an honor to hold this microphone and to preach for God, to win the lost souls. That's what they're all like. Just completely, just lights are on, no one's there, just completely delulu. Another example that just came to my head, I'm going to be doing some content on this, that Ollie Sabatelli guy. Do you see now that he's been banned from the whole of Essex? I think, sorry, because he's so aggressive. And part of it is, you know, they like their voice to be louder. They like to have the mics. They like to have this. They like to have that. So what he's doing up is he's now said, oh, he's prayed now. All of a sudden, since now he's got the ban and he can't use the microphone and he can't be aggressive and he can't do what he wants. Now all of a sudden he's heard from God. Hallelujah. 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 And this is the mystical manipulation and this is the insanity. So now all of a sudden he's hearing from God and God is telling him that he needs to go to the ends of the world. So do you see how the mystical manipulations in there? And the gaslighting and you know that they're so naive that believe in this BS. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're completely brain unalived. So he's saying now that he's got to go into the world to preach and with that, and it's just not, that's just not what it is. So there's so many liars within these spaces and places of worship that we don't know who's real from who's the fake. Like they're liars and the truth ain't in them. All right, so let's do this last one. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's still 13. Oh God, there's more. All right, you know what, guys? Let me do this last one and then we'll come back to it tomorrow. Eggshell and boundary exploitation, what it looks like. So GROOMN for eggshell access. All right, yeah, so that's the GROOMN for the eggshell access. So some survivors, the past hasn't put their hands on them, but we've been seeing the patterns like the GROOMN, and if they didn't leave so soon, this, that, and the third. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what they were doing. They were literally patterning it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that they could just get in there. You know what? Thank you, Carlo. I'm so tired and getting over this thing that's going around, and I'm so tired. But guys, you know me, not here. Me not blood clot here. I'm here, baby. Half asleep. I'm here half asleep. I don't care. I'm committed. I would have only been getting my back blown out anyway at this time. Hey, Els. But as I said, I'm married to my husband. I don't care. It's like the family thought if they weren't gonna back me, or that it's like they felt it's like they've forgotten. It's like they felt like I needed validation from them. I don't need validation from you, babe, because you weren't there. It's like you need a reality check. You were not there. Your family. So listen. Another thing I want to tell you lot as well is you don't get to choose your family, but you get to choose your romantic partner. And let me tell you something, Jason was very picky. My man was 25 years old and he'd never introduced a woman to his mum like that. That's why she's saying that this is Jason's first girlfriend. Do you understand what I'm telling you lot? He chose me. Are you all right? You don't choose your family. He was stuck with y'all. He chose me. Let's not do that. Let's not do that because it's like you want to be dragging my name through there. You took it here. You took it there. So now you've taken it here. I'm going to take it there. How dare you? Like trying to get, do you know what I mean? I was the love of that guy's life. He was living for me and his mother and his little brother. Are you all right? And the twins as well. But I don't even want to get into that because I'm not effing with the mum. So I'm not even going to talk about it, Chair. But it's absolutely devastating for me because they're trying to act like I'm not family. Are you all right? Are you all right, babes? The best memory that you have of Jason with your kids is a video I took. So although he's been your brother and your companion for however many years, all the videos and all the pictures that I took, they're the memories that you're cherishing. The videos that you're showing your kids, babe, the twins, that you're saying you don't want me to put out things and show this, that, and the third. The videos you're showing the twins with those memories, they're videos I took, my love. Yeah? Because when Jason was spending time with the twins and yourself, I was there because as I said, I was his wife. Do you understand what I'm telling you? But you weren't around like that, my love. And you might have made amends after and whatever. And I love that. I love that for you. But you should have brought me into that and explained it because you weren't there when I was there. So I am family. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Just not with you lot because you weren't there. The people that saw me as family, they're not alive anymore, babe. Like that's just what it is. So you've taken it here. I did a video saying like taking it so much deeper than this, talking about this stuff. And I spoke to my mum. We had like a family meeting about it, man. And my mum was like, Leah, do you know what? Like, don't put it out, just leave it. And this girl has come full all things blazing, you know, doing the most, drawing me out. I can't believe it. I'm in complete shock. All right, so let me get back onto the extra grooming. Sorry, guys, I've got a lot going on. So if you're on the lives, just try and keep up with it. I can't, you know, I've got ADHD, I've got trauma, I've got BPD. I'm trying to process all of this. I'm all over the place. Nothing's making sense. But are you catching some of it? Oh, There's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Oh, you're doing me wrong, so wrong. And all of my pride was gone. Oh no. There's something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. The higher you build your barriers, away, away, here I become. Oh, that's the truth. I'm really ill though. I'm very congested. The higher you build your barriers. Anyway, guys, you're going to get singing from me. I think this is just my throat chakra cleansing. I think once I clear, my throat gets cleared, I'm going to have a crystal clear throat for you lot, man. And there's so many songs I want to sing. Like there's like a soundtrack for our life. I love a sing-song idea. Oh, hey, JB. Think you up, King, in the car. I just want to publicly apologize to JB as well for the content that I've put out in the past. I want to publicly apologize. I meant nothing I said. I actually think that you're really good looking, actually. And I don't even go for lighty, guys, but you're not like lighty. You're like more caramel browning, like a brown skin. So you are actually very attractive. So I just take everything back. But y'all, man, yeah, it's so deep, man. It's so deep. I just feel like I've been, you know, I've just been beaten left, right, and center, man. You know, but like spiritually, I don't know how to, it's emotionally, psychologically. All right, guys, let me end it. Let me wrap it up on this. I'm going to come back tomorrow, full swing. We'll be going through this. And I'm also going to be exposing up Karis because I've had enough of them. Karis needs to really be exposed because they're doing the most. I'm going to start a new feature, guys, on how people in trusted positions in the secular society take advantage of people like vulnerable young children and adults. Thank you so much, King. I appreciate you, man. Love for that. Because again, they're grooming kids in like school, like I've said, and I you know, I'm risking a lot by saying this, but like, as I said, it's my truth, and I'm just going to draw myself out. I'm a qualified youth worker, yeah, and a specialist, and I used to work with the gangster. I was inviting them to the church cult. They were coming. They didn't stay because, as I said to you, like real gangsters don't stay. Thank you. Oh, thanks, babe. Oh, you're such a king. Do you get it, guys? That's the truth, yeah. So they just want to groom people, like they take advantage of people's vulnerabilities. That's what they really do. And so when they're in this setting like school, they're knowing they've got access to records. Do you understand? It's so inappropriate. It's a safeguarding like crisis. Like this is what because they're working in all these types of jobs where they can serve the ministry at the same time as working. So teaching, you find them as teachers, as nurses, social workers. Thank you so much, King. Doctors. That's why it's like, babe, that don't impress me much. Like, if you want to come and tell me you're a doctor, I don't care. Do you know what? I don't care if you're a doctor, babes, because the way they indoctrinate you, you could go and do like medicine, social work, but you're not actually learning because they put thought blockers in. So you'll be sitting there learning, but in your brain, you're like, oh, this is the devil. My lecturer is LGBTQ+, so I'm not going to believe them. This is all from the devil, but I've just got to learn it to pass the test that I can make money because I'm in the world. I'm not off the world. And, you know, this is the law of the land. Caesar, you know, you've got to make money. Like, that's literally how we're thinking. So we're not actually taking things in. What was my saving grace? Hey, Propy, is that I was doing up that social work master. So it got to the point where I had to critically think to save kids' life. And that's why I said, like, there's like, God will save you. If you've got that pure heart, like, big up JB in the cup. It's the reason you got out, bro, is because, you know, it's like the pure heart. Do you understand? When you've got a pure heart, it's like you can awaken. It's like God's will, because it's like my heart for the kids, man. So I couldn't have the thought blockers on. It's like it was getting through because the social work course it was deprogramming. God knew that because I was in there for 18 years, he'd have to put me on that 2-year course to get me like out of the disassociation. It's so deep. Like now I'm starting to see like God has set me up in a good way. And like I said to you, with Jason's family coming and talking smack, yeah, I don't have any, like barely any receipts because it was the 2000s, but thank God I was on the X Factor. So as I said to you, I've got the article with his mum's own words. Because they're trying to say I'm not family, I'm not this. But why was his mum talking to the newspaper? It's all in there. It's all in there. You can fact check it. It's all in there. because God knew you were a snake from the beginning, you see. So that's why God patterned it so that I would go on the X Factor, so that so much so that the magazines were writing about us. Like the journalists went to my husband's mother's house to go and interview her. They were doing up journalism. It was so bad. There were journalists all at my mum's house, everything, because I had a mad story in it with Jason unaliving, and we were like these hot girls, like in our 20s, barely. Like Phoebe was like 16. We had all of these scandals as well, like things in the cupboard. Another girl band, dad, rest in peace, had like done some big fraud scandal and been in jail. Guys, it was a lot. It was a lot. So it was TV gold. Don't you understand? They were just like exploiting us. Like I haven't even got into X Factor yet. Woo! I've got, guys, honestly, you lot are gonna come on this journey with me. I've got to expose X Factor, but I've got to be happy with the exposure of the cults first. This work is like paramount to me. Like the cult and Jason, it goes hand in hand because it's systemic, institutional violence and injustice. Thank you so much for your gifts, JB. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that, like that's what it is. But I will get on to the X Factor at some point, because that is just, it's inhumane what they do up there. And I was way too vulnerable to be put on that show. But anyway, everything happens for a reason. All right. So what grooming for eggshell access looks like is clergy eggshell misconduct rationalized as spiritual intimacy. So arranged marriages or eggshell access by the leaders. Also, they'll do things like I see in the spirit, because remember, they believe that this guy's God. We believe that this guy was like God, like this special anointed prophet, yeah. So they will literally use, like, twist and manipulate the scriptures and use hyper religiosity to get the women to do things, to make them feel like, especially if they're coming from a past, like, oh, to get pure, to cleanse yourself. I've heard so many stories, like there's survivors that have told me that you know, that the pastor was telling them to come to the house so he could baptize her in the bath. And you know, even if you've got clothes on, like when your clothes get wet, it's so inappropriate. Like, why are they doing that in the yard? And she said that she was feeling uncomfortable. I think the wife was there as well. Just mad stuff like that. Because the wives, the women in there can also be enablers. But remember, the victim becomes versus the perpetrator. Do you understand? There's that model where, for example, because when I work with gangs, I'm a gang specialist in it. So what I found in my research was that young people who commit serious violent crimes, yeah, they're different to other young people who, so for example, they all go in and they ROB a house, yeah, but two of them will just take the stuff and leave, but the other one will, you know, eat from the great bowl, mash up the house, like, you know, do GBH, because they've witnessed that in the home. Do you understand what I'm saying? So do you see that through social learning, that's learnt behavior? So the victim becomes the perpetrator. Yeah. And similarly, this is why I don't like to demonize people, guys, but I've got to be radical. That's the only way I can get people out. Do you know what I mean? Because my heart, I've got a heart of gold. Do you know what I mean? But it's got to be radical, because people in there are severely indoctrinated. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they set you up. Like all it is psychology. It's dark psychology. That's what I've versed myself in, and I'm coming to expose it. That's why the man them don't like all of what the women are on. Because if you're a narcissist, then that's dark psychology. And what it is the reason why a lot of religious men are getting all backs up against the wall is because they've got traits of narcissism, because most of these leaders are narcissists. And it's like coming to that realization, but it's hard, it's difficult. But the reality is, guys, we've got preds, we've got men eating out of the great bowl, left, right, and center, essaying women. Like they're also in trusted positions within secular society as well. And that's why I was saying that I don't blame the women that do become, you know, like, because in some spaces they actually target women, knowing that the cult leader is a pred, does do that. But you've got to remember, these people are indoctrinated, these people are victims too, especially like people that are higher up in, actually the higher up you go in the echelons, you know, the more ABUSED you are, the heavier the indoctrination is, the more heavy exposure you have to the manipulation. It could be, you know, schmegshal abuse, emotional abuse. So my heart really does go out to, you know, the people that are in high ranking positions. But again, it's about separating the wheat from the turds, because some people, before they stepped in at that environment, they were EVIR. And that don't change because they're in there. And that's what I had to realize. It's a journey that I've been on. Thanks for the gifts, bro. And that's why even there's been survivors that I've been effing with. But trust me, babe, I've seen every type of character you could blood clot imagine. And I come from the street, so I'm able to see right through people, because being able to see free people is the difference between being unalived and staying alive. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? So There's a lot of EVIL people in there, guys. So if you are still in these settings, I would say prayed up, stay prayed up. I would just say to people that have like left these church cults, like try not to church cult hop chair. Because I would say just be in your Bible, man. Just have your personal relationship with God. Get on a course that will teach you the right, like in context, the right, like the scriptures in context. Like that's really what you need. You need to contextualize it, and it's a process of unlearning. Because some people just want to throw it all away, but you can't throw it all away because there is truth. You know, like we're going to have to agree to disagree. Like obviously I don't believe that the Bible's infallible. You just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I do believe that there is holy and sacred text in there. I just think it's been manipulated to be put together. However, if you are still doing up believing it's the infallible, get a good Bible, get a good like alpha, you know, the alpha course, not with a church, just like on its own. Do you know what I mean? Like a separate entity. Get something that's a separate. Go and study a bloody theology course. Do you know what I mean? Go and pay for one. Go and do something up. Just something that's separate. There's no hidden agenda, because what hidden agenda and motives is there going to be apart from you to pass that course? Like with the alpha course, it's not like their whole thing is that they want people to know about the basics, like just give you the basics of the word of God, so that you can go out there and start to build, like that's the foundation of your faith. Because I'm not against Christianity. I don't know who got that bloody idea. I've got my own views about it and whatever. But the difference is I'm not trying to control someone's life or dictate to someone what they, just like you should be able to tell me, I believe that Bible's infallible. All right, I've got to respect it. I'm not going to come and sit here and start telling you about the artifacts of King James and the Nicaea, whatever, and Constantine. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to respect that you think it's infallible. So I know if I start coming and doing the most, you're not going to want to hear that, because that's a sacred book to you. So why do you think it's all right to disrespect other people's religions when you're in there and disrespect other people's beliefs? Even if you think it's evil, even if you think it's this, even if you think it's that, even if you think it's this, why can't you just respect other people's belief? And this is the core of Christ's fundamental teachings, because Christ showed respect. He said to love your neighbor as you love yourself, but they don't love themselves, so they can't possibly love their neighbor. And this is what we're starting to see. That's why I said it's a Christ consciousness. That's a mindset of Christ. You have to have a mindset. And that's why I'm saying you lot are speaking, you talk the talk, but your hearts are far from God. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? It's like they're out here talking, JB, talking, but the hearts are so far from God. So you got someone who's worldly, who's getting their back blown out by their man every day, playing worldly music, bunning, doing the most. But that person stops to feed a homeless man, whilst the WOG and the high-ranking member is speeding past that homeless man to get to a church meeting, to go and sit under the feet of a malignant narcissist that's abusing all the people in the cult. Make it make sense. That's why for me, like you can say, oh, she's the DEVI. Why? Because I love the LGBT community. Who's going to love them, babe? Who's going to love them? I know what it's like to be ostracized. I know what it's like to be outcast. I know what it's like to be walked all over like a rug. I know what it's like to be demonized. I know what it's like. Baby. So that resonates with me. You know what I mean? If I have like an LGBT plus, like I make LGBTQ plus friends, I've got a survivor that's LGBTQ plus. You understand? Like, I'm meeting up with, I go on the marches to support. Do you know, because I'm supporting my friend. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm supporting what's going on or whatever. I'm supporting my friend because my morals, my beliefs, my values, that overrides everything. Do you understand? Because that's my kindness, that's love onto others. So if I have a friend and then that friend decides to come out as LGBTQ plus, am I just going to say, oh, just forget that my friend gave me, like, I was so broke and that friend gave me money to eat? Without that friend giving me money, because people can give you money, like they see you're struggling. They're not trying to help you, bro. That's what they're like in there. Like, you know, them type of brethren that will give you the shirt off their own back. And then now, because that friend is LGBTQ plus, I'm going to dash that friend away. Oh, sorry, you're the DEVIL. Do you see how nuts it is? That's why people are letting go of their day ones, their codes, like people who love them to the unalivement of them, to go and trade them in for these fake people wearing masks because, oh, people in the world are evil. It's just like, whatever, babe. Whatever. That's why I would urge you, especially if you've been in these church cults, like get out into the world, innit? Because babes, there's a lot more genuine people, nicer people, people who are healing, There's more people in the world now taking accountability for their trauma and the things that they have done than these delulu lights are on and no one's home man them in these spaces. And that is on period, point blank, guys. There ain't nothing in there, man. It's the same story. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. A lot of you lot, yeah, we don't bloody need these. Go and create your own communities, man. We got TikTok now. We're online. Create your own thing. It doesn't have to be the way it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you get it? Like, you can create your own communities. I don't believe it's just the fellowship of the saints. It's the gathering of the saints, B. Do you know what I'm saying? Just create your own thing. Go and get a little venue. Go and meet up and talk and discuss the word. Why does it? Because you lot know you're not going to be teething people's money. Why do we? I'm not against the word. You know, I'm definitely not against the gospel of Jesus Christ being preached. But it needs to be done the right way. Because Christ didn't judge nobody. Christ is supposed to like be the example of like a perfect soul, like a perfect soul, like a pure soul, like a pure perfect soul and heart. Be like, that's what Christ. That's why I said I'm not dashing Christ away. Are you all right? Do you know? And it's all right if you've decided to do that, guys. I'm not, you know, I love you all and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I am really feeling to talk a lot about Christ right now, and I don't know why. But that's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's on period, point blank. Because we, you know, like, we've got to agree to disagree because we're living in a world where everybody's got different, like, beliefs. Do you know what I mean? If we were in Qatar, do you get what I'm saying? We believe in Islam. That's on period, point. That's just the way it is. Like, we've got to wake up into, because we're going into 2026 now. We're going to start seeing cars flying, guys. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna start catching up to China and them, man, soon, because you know China's in, what are they in, the 20? I don't even know. They're in the future, chair. Yeah. So just create your own stuff, guys. I'm telling you now, yeah, the times are so dark in these places and spaces of worship, yeah, that you're better off just starting your own thing, man, and just exploring the Bible online, on TikTok. We need more people that are visible on the online space as well, like, and teaching the right thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And also just setting up stuff like that. It doesn't have to be church. It could be Christian events. It could be, you know, game nights, Christian. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be stuff like that, chair. Fellowship is fellowship. And you're not coming with an agenda or a motive. Ooh, Miss L Rose. All right, I'm gonna do one more bit because Miss L Rose has come on. Miss L Rose, have you been here the whole time, or did you just come on? Let me know, babes. All right. So again, what we're getting, because they have this 24-hour access to like the members. I'm a social worker, yeah, and we support people at crisis need. Like, there's 24-hour duty calls, like all of that, yeah. But when I tell you, these places of worship, they have more access to vulnerable adults and children than even social workers. It's around the clock access, yeah. So what this does is this creates blurred physical emotional boundaries, so the lines become blurred. So they'll be sitting there with them, they're in the yard, they're all night. Because there was a pastor, yeah, in one of the, and I haven't heard that he's done anything to the kids yet, but again, it's just like the kids were like practically living in the yard, because they rent out the space, but the cult leader wants them to be with them all the time. So they might be in the venue from, let's say, I don't know, 9 till, let's say, 6, but that's not enough for them. After that, they're going to the pastor's yard, you know, and they're there till all times of the night, 1 a.m. Guys, it's wild. It's so wild. All right, so how it's concealed. So remember with SA and grape and all of that, they love to brush it under the rug, yeah? Oh, let me see if I can get my mum on there. Mum, I don't think it, because the phones, you know, it's an iPhone 14s. It never lets me request. You got to come on TikTok, Mum, if you want to say something on live. You got to come on TikTok, Mummy. Oh, it's let her on. Mum, let me turn you up. Look, guys, it's my mum. Wait, hold on. Mum, is there sound? Mum, speak. Oh, she's there. Mum, you know you're on live. Did you know you're on my live?
No, but I do now.
Oh my God, she said. All right, do you want me to all right, just say hi to everyone, Mum. This is my beautiful mum.
Hi, everyone.
That's my beautiful mother. Mum, did you want to say anything? Did you want to share a few words, seeing as though you've come on the live? Share some of your words of wisdom with us. They're saying
Is
hi
your
to.
sister on the live as well? Can I just ask, is she on it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say how proud I am of you. I think that you're doing amazing, and I just want you to keep on with the good work.
Oh, I'm showing my whole
Words
yard.
that you spread. Don't listen to anyone that tries and tells you any different, because there's a lot of haters out there, a lot of jealous people, and you have work to do. So you just continue being your amazing self. I love the collective. I think everyone is amazing. And
she's picked us up. Oh, I love you so much, Mummy. Thank you so much.
Love you too, my darling.
All right, love you. I'll speak to you later. Mum, how do we disconnect you? Do you know how to get off it?
Let me see if I can't. I will call your brother to.
Oh my God, they got to call. My mum's got to call my brother to get off the video. I thought you were accepting. All right, well the video's off, Mum. You can even leave it like that if you want. Yeah, but you got to mute yourself, Mum, because they'll be able to hear everything that's happening in the yard. There's a little microphone. You got to press on that. Oh, I think she's done it. All right, let me share the last bits. Miss El Rose said she's not getting notifications because my settings have been changed to kids. All right, so I need to look into. Thanks for telling me that, girl. I'm going to look into my settings. That might be why it's not going onto the thing as well. Oh, look, Chrissy, everyone's saying, I love you lot. You lot are so lit, man. All right, so let me do these last bits now. I just arrived. I missed out on a lot, but I'll watch the video later. All right, because you came late, I'll share one more bit with you, yeah? Because that's Rose, man. That's my Rose. All right. So how it's concealed. So they frame it as divine will, divine purpose. God has spoken to them and told them that they need to do this particular favor for them, yeah? That is SA, in order for them to get, delivered and whatever. And, guys, these people are vulnerable, man. They're at crisis. But look at where I was coming from. So vulnerable at crisis need. So it's got that the spiritual discipline, the rebuke, the testing of faith, or as the only path to spiritual blessing. This is often accompanied by secrecy and threats about spiritual consequences for disclosure. This is deep. So that's the fear, and then another thing that they'll do is they'll make you feel like it's a family. So it's like, oh, we don't go to the police. We deal with it in-house. No. If the pastor's been saying you eating from the great bowl, you need to go to the popo. That's where you need to go. We're not doing up no meetings. We're not talking to them. We're going straight to the popo. And you know what? I really want to vouch and plead for more women to do it. And I know it's hard. And if people want support with that in particular, like women that have been essayed raped, like I will drop everything to support you, because when it comes to cases like that, I do drop everything to support the women, because that is urgent. Yeah. All right. So let's look at grooming tactics, children and vulnerable adults. So how do they do this? What does it look like? So building special relationships with a child, a young person. They usually have like a favorite or a golden child, like a young person, because they can be grooming you. It could be, to be their like next protege. It could be different things. It could be to hold secrets. It could be to actually carry out, eating from the great bowl, doing up essay. But again, it's like that thing, like making people feel special, making people feel chosen, they might say to you, you're like my little brother. You remind me of myself. You're like my little sister. You're like little sis. That's what that teacher that goes to Caris was doing up with a survivor, yeah? And then there'll be like excessive attention, gifts, secrecy. So they'll be like, I haven't told anyone that before. Things like that. Or can I trust you with this information? Or do you trust me? Do you believe me? Like all of that stuff. Isolate, and then being isolated with the groomer, normalizing sexualized behaviors over time and leveraging authority and trust. So when we've got the, being a teacher, pastor, those trusted position dynamics as well. So let's look at so there's sources and signs. And so again, if you have concerns or of someone that's been ABUSE'd in, one of these places and spaces of worship, the NSPCC website is a very good website. I know there's a number, is there a 24-hour number on there? And You know, you can call that as well, actually, guys, to get support. I didn't even mean to say that, but maybe it's meant to be. So the place that you need to be doing up, I mean, you could just straight up call the Popo, but NSPCC you can reach out to as well, because you might want a space to talk, get a bit of support. How do you go about it? And it's got really good resources on there. So there's a catalog on there with these strategies and signs. So if you've been a victim of it, or you've experienced this within your you know, your reality, then the N for November, S for Sierra, P for Papa, C for Charlie, C for Charlie. Oh God, there it goes. I've you know, because I worked for Mopac for a bit, so that's why I know the how to. I can't, guys, I'm getting tired. All right. So grooming can be online or in real life, and can involve emotional grooming, bonding, as well as actual grooming. And there's a whole piece. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is never ending, man. The online ABUSE. Are you all right? Oh, Becca, my mum says hi, because she doesn't know how to do up. She don't know how to use all of this stuff and that. That's why she's on here, like still on here with the video chair. All right, because Rose came here late, I'm gonna just quickly do up spiritual justification and moral disengagement. So what it looks like: narratives that justify illegal or abusive acts as spiritual warfare. So they justify, you know, ABUSE acts. They justify doing illegal things. They justify just breaking people down. They just are justify everything through spiritual warfare, or saving souls, or preaching the gospel, or whatever it is, or obeying higher commands, the greater commission, the greater call. So abusers reframe transgressions as necessary sacrifices, or as resistance to demonic opposition. Okay, so so this is where they just come really like paranoid as well. Everything's a sin, everything's the devil, everything's, you know what I mean? It's just it's sad. And then we've got then we're going to look at the psychological mechanism. Cognitive dissonance is resolved by moral disengagement and narrative reframing. So it's resolved by moral disengagement. So it's that part of the amygdala. Do you see how it's all connecting? That allows you to like be able to pre-warn yourself, preempt dangers ahead. It's that part about the, you know, the decision making, the critical thinking, which is directly connected to your ability to have morals, because you need to critically think and think about, you know, what morals and what resonates with you. So they just don't have the ability to do that. So the abuser keeps a positive self-image by recasting harmful acts as morally necessary. This protects the leader's identity and keeps followers loyal, because as I said, in every church cult, there's going to be this element of loyalty, devotion, discipleship, leadership, you know, something like that, because part of that characteristic is like inordinate amounts of your time, and they need you to be in there to control you, because basically loyalty is just control. Do you know what I mean? But they frame it as love and, you know, this and that, but it's all control. Everything's control. All right, guys, I love you. Miss L Rose, it's recorded. I'm gonna put it up after this. TikTok, let me go. I love you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Look, there's still people on there, yeah. Ross Clark. Did you not enjoy the live then on TikTok? Yes, chair. We be on here tonight, baby. Because when we were in the world, we were raving. You are shaking your boom boom. You are outside. You are there. All of the men will be there, and they will be looking at your boom, because what you are wearing, it will leave nothing to the imagination at all. So now you can be up and you can listen to the word. So that's why they had us sleep deprived and mind altered states in these camps. Because I would be like, oh my gosh, I used to be on the roads. I used to be out raving. I used to be with the GMs till God knows what time. I used to be raving out to all hours of the night. Do you know what I mean? So I could be doing it all night. But guys, you got to remember, with raving, you weren't going out for 3 days and not eating and not sleeping and being brainwashed, like constant indoctrination. It wasn't like that. You know what I mean, Jill? So there's a lot of deception. But anyway, guys, let me go, because it's like I got the school run. I'm sitting here like I don't have the school run to do tomorrow, baby. Like I don't got 2 kids that I got to go and wash their hair and do their hair in the morning. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to pack my bags and leave, but it's been beautiful. Let me go on TikTok first. Love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Follow me on my main account, Leah Lord 7. That's where I've got all my content, and I've been putting out all my stuff on there. Love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Oh, no tutorials. Oh God, I'm surprised. Ross Clark, boy. I'm surprised. All right, Instagram. Love you. Love you, mummy. I'm gonna go now. Love you guys. Bye. All right. In YouTube, you know I just love you guys. Oh, what's going on? Why isn't it letting me share the video? Share. Oh, there we go. I think this phone's a bit slow. Oh, good night, Queen. I hope you have sweet dreams. I hope you have like a really nice dream, you know, like you'll wake up like, oh yeah, you know, like maybe running through a field of daisies and lavenders. I wish I had dreams. I don't even remember my dreams. Miss L Rose, let me get off the internet chair. You know what? I'm like, because it just feels like you lot are my brethrens. Well, you are. You are, but you know, like sometimes I forget that it's the internet. That's why when people start coming to me, be like, "Oh, Leah, people have seen this," I'm like, "What are you talking about, babe?" Oh yeah, let me do that now. Let me come off and do that now because I've got the phone. Yeah, let me come off and do that now. All right, babe. Love you, YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Let me go and look at my settings, figure it out. Bye, El Rose. Love you, girl.